Hello team, Coach Polk here, and today in this video I'm going to show you our warm-up routine that we like to do at practice each day. And so normally this is something we would do together down on the track. The first part of our warm-up routine, we actually do a little bit of running. And so what we would do is we'd go down the track and we would run 2 laps, full laps around the track. And that's about a half a mile. So I'm guessing you're probably going to be doing this at home. So if you could try to find a half-mile loop in your neighborhood, that would be perfect. If you don't know how far a half mile is in your neighborhood, bring a watch with you and just run for about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, 4 or 5 minutes is about the time that it would take you to do 2 laps around the track. And it's really important that when you do this that you don't run too hard. Okay. The whole purpose of the warm-up is to prepare our bodies to exercise. And so this isn't full-fledged, all-out running. It's just very low-key, relaxed. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say you would want to run about a 3, okay? And so a 3 would be that you're very comfortable, you are not out of breath. Okay, if you are running with a friend, you should be able to have a conversation very easily. If you find yourself out of breath, then you're going way too fast. Okay, and slow down. Okay, very, very relaxed, very comfortable. You might start sweating, that's okay. In fact, by the time we're done with our entire warm-up routine, you should have worked up a pretty good sweat. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're warming our bodies up, we're preparing it to go out for its run. Okay, so again, start with a half-mile run. Okay, make sure you do this safely. Find a safe place to be able to run and do that. Then we have a series of stretches, and we call those stretches dynamic stretches. Okay, dynamic means that there's a lot of body movement, full body. We're using our arms, we're using our legs. We're not just standing still and reaching towards our toes. Okay, those are actually called static stretches, and that's something that we don't typically want to do at the beginning of practice. Okay, a static stretch might be more appropriate at the end of practice once we finished our run and we're starting to cool our bodies down. Okay, but we don't want to take cold muscles and reach as far as we can because those could actually cause injury if you do them too early in practice. Okay, and so we're going to do dynamic stretches, and we have a series of those after your 5-minute run or so. Take a minute break. Relax for just a moment, maybe get a sip of water, and then you can start this routine. Before we start the routine, you want to make sure you have enough space to do them. So if you can measure out about 20 meters or so, that would be perfect. If you're not quite sure what 20 meters looks like, think about if you're inside the school gym, and you think about the lines on the basketball court and the side lines. Okay, those are the ones that go side to side. So not long ways. Okay, that's probably going to be a little too far. But if you go like sideways, 1 time across and then 1 time back. And so each one of these exercises, we're going to do 2 directions. So once forward, and then turn around, do the same thing coming back. Okay, so about 20 meters out, 20 meters back. Okay? It's really important when you do these to do them slowly, take your time. Okay, this isn't something that we should be doing as quickly as we can. We're not trying to race anyone. Often when we do these together, sometimes I see kids just trying to finish as fast as they can and being the first one done, and that's not the purpose of these. Okay, the purpose of these is to slowly warm your body up. We want to do this to prevent injury and to prepare our bodies to run. Okay, so these are all very deliberate. They should be something you take your time with, and think about your posture. Think about doing the motions correctly and as well as you can. Okay, all right. So the first one we're going to do, we call butt kicks. And they do exactly what the name suggests. And as you're doing them, keep in mind we're warming our whole body up. Okay, so of course we're going to be moving our legs, but as you're doing them, you can also move your arms to kind of get your entire body involved. Okay, so let me give myself a little bit of space. And butt kicks look just like this. Alright, then you pause, turn around, and you do the same thing coming back. Again, notice I'm pumping my arms. kicking the back of my butt with my foot. All right. The next stretch we call high knees. And again, it does what its name suggests. Okay, again, you can pump your arms and you're gonna lift your knees up really high and you're gonna reach it towards your chin area. Okay, and so you're gonna go back and forth, get those knees, get your arms pumping. So just like this. Hey DJ. Hey, what's up? All right. How's your summer going? All right. The next one is kind of like high knees, but a little bit different. Trying to remember what the name was. I think maybe we called them frog legs or something like that last year. So it looks a little something like this. It's going to be similar to high knees, but you're just going to kind of bring your leg up, kind of pretend like you're bringing it up towards your ear. So again, we want to lift that as high as we can. There's not as much arm movement on this one, as you'll see, but it looks a little something like this. And this one, your leg might get a little bit higher. And turn around, do the same thing. Also notice my knees are coming straight up, not as much forward. It's more of a vertical motion. Now because of that, it takes a little bit longer to get to where you're going, but that's okay. Again, this isn't a race, we're taking our time, we're very deliberate. Okay, you'll notice I'm starting to breathe a little heavier, that's good. That's what should happen when you're warming your body up. All right, the next one we call push downs. Also is another variation of high knees. You're gonna bring your legs up high and then just kind of push it right back down. Back and forth just like this. So let me show you. All right, and back. Okay, the next one we call front kicks, and they do exactly what their name suggests. You're really going to extend your legs out, just like this. Front kick, then you're just reversing leg to leg. If you want to kind of move your arms a little bit while you're doing them, you can. Just a hop and a kick. And then come back. Again, a little hop and a kick. Sometimes this one's a little tricky to have your brain communicate to your feet just the way you want them to. Takes a little practice, but you'll get it. Just a hop and a kick. Back and forth. All right. The next one is called toy soldiers, and you're going to see exactly why. And this one is going to involve extending your leg. You're going to go right leg to left hand, and then reverse left leg to right hand. Okay, it looks just like this. Okay, really extend, try to get that foot out there, keep your foot as straight as you can. Just back and forth. All right, the next one is karaoke. And this one's a little tricky too, but I'll do it in slow motion for you, and then I'll show you a little bit in regular speed. So it involves taking this back foot, or front left foot, and you're gonna go back. It's gonna become your back foot, and then it's gonna go in front like this, and then back, and then front, and then back, front. Just like that. All right, here we go. When you come back the other way, make sure you're facing the same direction, because part of this exercise is you want to bring that hip up like that. We're kind of stretching this hip area, and so you want to make sure you face the same direction. If you turn around and go back, then you're stretching the same hip. And so you want to go back, you want to face the same direction as you go back. All right, we're almost there. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna walk on our heels. So you're gonna point your toe as high as you can, and you're just gonna walk on your heel. Often while we do these, we do some arm circles too. Again, try to get some more arm movement. Looks just like this. Again, this one's a little easier, so we can do two things at once. Make sure you point those toes really high. And come back and do the same, reverse, more arm circles. If you want to go reverse the other way, you can do that. Just keep pointing your toes high. All right. And then the last two things we do is we do some leg swings. So in order to do this, you want to find something to grab onto, perhaps a teammate, a tree, a pole, basketball hoop. And the first one we're going to do is swing side to side like this. You want to extend that both directions as far as you can, comfortably. And maybe go for about 15-20 seconds. And then you're going to switch legs, do the same thing this one. And then for the last exercise, still leg swing, but this time instead of side to side, we'll go front and back. So like this. And then same thing with the other leg. All right, by the time you finish this, you should notice that you're sweating. Okay, you might be a little bit out of breath. Your heart rate is up. Those are all very good things. That's exactly what we set out to do, is we were trying to prepare our bodies to warm up. Okay, so I'll leave you with one last thing. Of course, you'll be doing these in your yard, in your driveway, in your neighborhood, and you might wonder, you see a neighbor goes by and you're worried about what they're gonna think. Don't worry about that, okay? They're gonna know that you are serious about what you're doing. They're not gonna think you're crazy, and they're gonna be impressed with who you are as a runner, okay? Always be proud to be a runner, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, use running to have an opportunity to be social with your neighbors, okay? Make new friends with your neighbors, wave at them, say hi. You may have noticed in this video, I have the opportunity to say hi to two neighbors that happen to be nearby during the video. And so don't ever take what you're doing so serious that you forget about people and that you forget about your neighbors and those around you, okay? So number one, be safe. Number two, do the warm up well, okay? Follow the directions, do them slowly and deliberately with a purpose. We always want to do everything with a purpose. And then thirdly, just again, keep in mind others and be willing to say hi and make friends with new people. All right? If you have any questions about this warm-up routine, or you're not sure if you're running far enough, or if you think you're doing too much, not enough, anything at all, please send me an email and we can discuss it. Also, if at any time you're feeling like you might be injured, the knee starts hurting, your hamstring, some part of your body is hurting more than it should be, again, let me know. It'd probably be best to take a day or two off until you feel better, and then you could try again when that pain goes away, okay? If you're not sure if it's pain or soreness, again, let me know, send me an email, and we can discuss it and try to figure out what's going on. All right? Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon.